O God, I offer you my studies, thoughts, words, and actions of this day. And let my mind strengthen my memories and guide me to do what's right. Amen.
Good morning. Good morning, Namaste. I am Ayushi, your host for today's morning assembly. Bright and early, with the hope, and spirit soaring. Let us begin this day with an atmosphere of learning, warmth and camaraderie. Today, we the students of class 11th U have got the golden opportunity to conduct the annual presentation on the topic UCC, Uniform Civil Code. I would like to begin the assembly with quote. Uniform Civil Code is not about integrating people, but about giving all equal rights and opportunity to all the citizens. Prayer is a key that unlocks every door. Now join your hands, close your eyes and get ready for Hindi prayer. Ye mat kaho khuda se.
Please take your position. All of you join your hands, close your eyes for some time. ये मत कहो खुदा से मेरी मुश्किलें बड़ी हैं। ये मत कहो खुदा से मेरी मुश्किलें बड़ी हैं। इन मुश्किलों से कह दो मेरा खुदा बड़ा है, मेरा खुदा बड़ा है। आती है आंधियों को कर उनका खैर मकदम, आती है आंधियों को कर उनका खैर मकदम। तूफान से ही तो लड़ने खुदा ने तुझे बना है। ये मत कहो खुदा से मेरी मुश्किलें बड़ी हैं। इन मुश्किलों से कह दो मेरा खुदा बड़ा है, मेरा खुदा बड़ा है।
Thought of the day. Society cannot exist without law. Law is the bond of society, that which makes it, that which preserves it, and keeps it together. It is, in fact, the essence of civil society. I repeat, society cannot exist without law. Law is the bond of society, that which makes it, that which preserves it, and keeps it together. It is, in fact, the essence of civil society. Thank you.
Law related to the social matters which applies equally to the people of all reasons in matters like marriage, divorce, maintenance, inheritance and child adoption, etc. In other words, the basic idea of the Uniform Civil Code is the absence of a separate civil laws for different reasons. A UCC can be seen as a progressive step that aligns maybe personal laws with contemporary society and norms. It can help outcome outdated customs and practices may be discriminatory or regressive, fostering a more inclusive and forward-thinking society. So today we're going to discuss the idea through a sketch.
Namaskar viewers, hello and welcome to Sunset TV. I am Tina Jha, you're watching Perspective. On the show today, we are going to talk about a very pertinent but contentious issue, the Uniform Civil Code. On the 20th
Father,
Evening.
what's going on, Father? You are watching news since last 3-4 years. I want to play my favorite channel.
It's okay, but are you aware about the current affairs? Do you know about the UCC?
Sorry, I am just unaware about the term. I will ask the detail to my teachers and we will discuss about it.
Okay, as you wish.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, dear students. How are you?
Fine, ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am, what will we do today? Today, we will continue with our topic, judiciary.
Ma'am, can you please explain about UCC? Actually, my father was asking about it to me, but I didn't have any idea about it.
UCC, yes, of course. We can discuss it today only. It's very important topic and related to our ongoing topic too. So are you all ready to concentrate on it?
We are very excited.
Do you know, dear students, till 1950s, untouchability was legal in India. You tell me in today's date, let it be exceptional. I'm talking about rarest of rare situation. Should it be legal for a person to marry for 4 times? Should it be legal for a person to marry below 18 years child? In a matter of succession and inheritance, women will get less than half as compared to men. Should this be legal? All this and many more unasked matter will be discussed in today's class, whether it come or not. But it is important to discuss the problem going in our country.
Such an idea will really be educative and interesting.
In India, all the laws are applied the same. There are already a lot of uniform laws exist in India, whose biggest example is Constitution of India. Beside this Contract Act, Indian Penal Code, Civil Procedure Code, there are many laws which vary from religion to religion. Currently, in India, Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Christian, Parsi, all of them have different personal laws, which creates a lot of problem. So at this point, let's understand the Uniform Civil Code. So Article 44 meaning UCC, in such a law where the country like us, where there are 110 crore Hindu, 20 crore Muslim, 4 crore Christian, 3 crore Sikh, would it be easy to bring Uniform Civil Code?
Ma'am, will you please explain the history of personal laws in India?
Sure. Hindus had Shastras whose interpretation was done by Brahmins and executed by the kings. Similarly, Muslims had Sharia laws whose interpretation was done by Nawabs and the Brahmins executed it. Later, when the East India Company came, they enforced English common laws on their English subjects for which courts were established. But when it came to solving the disputes on the Indian subjects, the question arose that which laws will be followed. Both Brahmins and Qazis were called to interpret the Shastra and Sharia laws then. By 1862, high courts were established in many different parts of the country and many different religious laws were also made, like the Hindu Widow Marriage Act, Hindu Women's Right to Property Act, Hindu Inheritance Act, etc. Similarly, laws were also codified for Muslims, like Muslim Personal Application Act, Dissolution of Muslim Marriage Act, etc. This was the progress till 1946 until the Indian Constitution's drafting committee was set up. But you must know that the first law commission was made during the colonial rule by the East India Company under the Charter Act of 1833 and was presided over by Lord Macaulay. Now let's have a look at the screen.
हमारे देश में अलग अलग धर्मों के लोग रहते हैं और हर समुदाय के अपने अपने पर्सनल लॉ हैं, जैसे हिंदू मैरिज एक्ट, इंडियन डिवोर्स एक्ट 1869, भारतीय उत्तराधिकार नियम 1925, क्रिश्चियन मैरिज एक्ट 1872, पारसी मैरिज एंड डिवोर्स एक्ट 1936 वगैरह। इनके उत्तराधिकारी और संपत्ति कानून भी अलग हैं। इसी तरह मुसलमानों और सिखों में भी अलग पर्सनल लॉ है। हालांकि सभी कानून में समय समय पर संशोधन होते रहे हैं।
लॉज पहले से थे, वो क्या थे, ट्रेडिशनल फॉर्म में थे। सोसाइटी में हर जगह अपने अपने हिसाब से थोड़ा बहुत लोग डाइवर्सन करते थे। जब ब्रिटिशर्स आए तो ब्रिटिशर्स ने उन कोड जितने भी लॉज थे उनको एक कोडिफाई कर दिया, इकट्ठा करके और उनको एक फॉर्मेट दे दिया। कोई भी लॉ ब्रिटिशर्स ने नए नहीं दिए, उसमें बहुत थोड़े से ही लॉज थे जो उन्होंने इंट्रोड्यूस किए। रेस्ट जितने भी कोड हैं ये सब यहाँ के जो ट्रेडिशनली लॉ चले आ रहे थे, मुगल पीरियड से पहले गुप्ता पीरियड से पहले मौर्य पीरियड, जितने हिस्ट्री में चलते आ रहे थे उन्हीं लॉज को कोडिफाई किया।
वैयक्तिक कानून की बात करें तो भारत में यह कानून ब्रिटिश काल में ही शुरू हो गया था। वैयक्तिक कानून की ये प्रणाली भारत में वॉरेन हेस्टिंग्स ने शुरू की। जब भारत आजाद हुआ तो सबसे पहले भारत में हिंदुओं के लिए हिंदू कोड बिल लाया गया, लेकिन बड़े पैमाने पर इसके विरोध के चलते इस बिल को 4 हिस्सों में हिंदू मैरिज एक्ट 1955, हिंदू सक्सेशन एक्ट, हिंदू अडॉप्शन एंड मेंटेनेंस एक्ट और हिंदू माइनॉरिटी एंड गार्जियनशिप एक्ट में बांट दिया गया।
सब जन में एक बीज से सबकी मिट्टी एक, मन में दुविधा पड़ गई, हो गए रूप अनेक, हो गए रूप अनेक। कहत कबीर ना गर्व कर, ना किसी की हंसी उड़ा, अभी तेरी भी नैया समुद्र में जाने क्या हो जाए, जाने क्या हो जाए।
Now we continue with the topic UCC.
Ma'am, how did the Article 44 come in the Indian Constitution?
B.R. Ambedkar, while formation of the Constitution, had said that UCC is desirable, but for the moment it should be voluntary. So the Article 35 of the draft Constitution was added as a part of Directive Principle of State Policies as Part 4 of Indian Constitution as Article 44. Now let's have look on screen.
प्रिय भावराव, हिंदुस्तान आज एक आजाद देश है, मगर क्या वो अपनी आजादी सलामत रख पाएगा? क्या अलग अलग और परस्पर विरोधी विचारधारा वाली राजनीतिक पार्टियां हिंदुस्तान को अपनी अपनी जाति और धर्म से ऊपर रख पाएंगी? हमें अपनी आजादी की रक्षा अपने खून की आखिरी बूंद तक करनी चाहिए।
Sir, who is supreme in personal law and constitutional law, and can the Supreme Court interfere in personal laws?
Okay, to find out the answer to this question, we have to look at one of the important cases of personal laws, that is Shah Bano case 1985. In this case, Shah Bano, after 40 years of her marriage and after 5 children, was given divorce. So in Indian laws, there is a provision, CRPC section 125, which provides maintenance protection to Indian women. After divorce, Shah Bano also claimed maintenance under section 125, but her husband filed an appeal against this maintenance. The 5 judges bench of the Supreme Court, and that's why it's also called a landmark case. The Supreme Court clearly stated that even Muslim women can claim maintenance under section 125. Along with this, it is also stated by commenting on Article 44 that if a uniform civil code comes, then it will work for national integration, and it will provide better solution in times of conflicting ideologies. Such a progressive judgment, the government overturned it, changed it by passing Muslim Women Act. This act states that Muslim women can't claim maintenance under section 125. They can demand maintenance under CRPC. Let's have a look on screen.
On the 23rd of April 1985, the Supreme Court of India delivered a landmark judgment. It ordered that Shahbano, a 73-year-old divorced Muslim woman from Indore, be paid maintenance by her husband under Section 125 of the Criminal Procedure Code. Shahbano's ex-husband, Muhammad Ahmad Khan, had challenged the Madhya Pradesh High Court ruling, arguing that under Islamic law, he wasn't obliged to pay maintenance to a wife he had divorced. He said he had fulfilled his commitment under the Islamic law by paying her maintenance for 3 months. In turn, the Supreme Court pointed out that there is no conflict between the provision of Section 125 and those of the Muslim personal law on the question of a Muslim husband's obligation to provide maintenance for a divorced wife who is unable to maintain herself. The judgment created an uproar. Muslim fundamentalists said it interfered with their personal law, which had been guaranteed by the Constitution. They demanded that Muslim women be excluded from the purview of the Criminal Procedure Code as they were guided by Islamic law or the Sharia.
So, will you please explain about the triple talaq judgment, as I've heard a little bit about it. Is it related to the same idea?
Yes, if we talk about recent times, then the most important case is of Shaira Bano, which is also called triple talaq judgment. In this case, Shaira Bano's husband pronounced triple talaq and divorced her, against which Shaira Bano filed a writ petition in Supreme Court and changed 3 practices of Muslim personal law: nikah halala, polygamy and talaq-e-bidat, saying that these 3 practices are derogatory and discretionary, against which All India Muslim Personal Law Board said that because Muslim laws aren't codified, so they should get protection under Article 25, meaning they can be challenged constitutionally. In which case, the Supreme Court with the majority 3:2 declared talaq-e-bidat or triple talaq as unconstitutional because it is not an essential religious practice. They also said that if nikah halala or polygamy has to be declared as unconstitutional, then the parliament has the authority to correct it.
Ma'am, I have heard that UCC works differently in Goa. Is it?
Yes, the Uniform Civil Code in Goa is a progressive law that allows equal division of income and property between husband and wife and also between the children regardless of their gender. Every birth, marriage and death have to be compulsory registered. For divorce, there are several provisions. Muslims who have their marriages registered in Goa cannot practice polygamy or divorce through triple talaq. During the course of marriage, all the property or wealth owned and acquired by each spouse is commonly held by the couple. Each spouse, in case of divorce, is entitled to half of the property, and in case of death, the ownership of the property is half for the surviving members. The parents cannot disinherit their children entirely, and at least half of their property must be shared equally among them. Now let's have a look at the screen.
सवाल उठाने वाले कहते हैं कि अगर गोवा में समान नागरिक संहिता हो सकती है तो देश के दूसरे राज्यों में क्यों नहीं? गोवा के नागरिक संहिता कानून के तहत शादी कम्युनियन ऑफ एसेट्स नाम की एक प्रणाली द्वारा शासित होती है। शादी के बाद पति पत्नी को एक दूसरे की संपत्ति में अविभाजित अधिकार का आधा हिस्सा मिलता है।
गोवा का जो है, जैसे पता ही है आपको कि 1961 62 से हम लोग जो है, गोवा वाज अंडर द डोमिनियन ऑफ द पोर्चुगीज एंड पोर्चुगीज लॉ वर एप्लीकेबल देयर, और वो उसके बाद भी कंटिन्यू रहे। पोर्चुगीज लॉ से ही गवर्न और पोर्चुगीज कोड वहाँ पे एप्लीकेबल है। यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड तो आपको लाना ही था और लाना चाहिए था, क्योंकि आपने इंटरनेशनल ट्रीटीज साइन कर रखी हैं और पोर्चुगीज लॉ जो है वो ऑलरेडी कंफर्म कर रहा है उन सब इंटरनेशनल रेटिफिकेशंस को। तो पोर्चुगीज लॉ एप्लीकेबल है और वो ज्यादा इंटरनेशनल कन्वेंशन से मैच करता है।
Thank you for the detailed information about UCC.
Thanks to you all. Now we will have a group discussion to make the topic more clear and interesting.
Country bundle to be applied to the all religious communities
The term Uniform Civil Code is explicitly mentioned in the Part 4, Article 44 of the Indian Constitution. Article 44 says that the state shall endeavour to secure for the citizens a uniform civil code throughout the territory of the India. So today we are going to have a detailed discussion on the topic. First we are going to start with the arguments in the favor of the Uniform Civil Code.
India is a country with many religion, customs and practices. A uniform civil code will help in integrating India more than it ever has been since independence. It will help in bringing every Indian, despite his caste, culture or religion, under one national civil code of conduct.
It will also help in reducing vote bank. A UCC will also help in reducing vote bank. Most of the political parties are indulged in this during election time.
Personal laws are loophole. By allowing personal laws, we have constituted an alternate judicial system that still operates thousands of years old values. A uniform civil code will change that.
Sign of a modern progressive nation. It is a sign that our nation has moved away from the caste religion. It is a sign of a modern progressive nation. It is a sign that our nation has moved away from the caste religious politics, while our economic growth has been significant, but our social growth has lagged behind. UCC, Uniform Civil Code, will help us to move forward, take India towards its goal, and help it to becoming a truly developed nation.
It will give more rights to women. Religious personal laws are misogynistic in nature, and by allowing these old rules to continue to govern the family life, we are condemning all Indian women to subjugation and mistreatment. UCC will also help in improving the condition of women in India.
All Indians should be treated equal. All the laws related to land, marriage, inheritance, etc. should be equal for all Indians. UCC is the only way to ensure that every Indian is treated same.
Opponents of the UCC argue that the personal laws are derived from the religious belief, as this runs a great endangering deal of tension between the religious community. India, also being a secular country, guarantees its minority the right to follow their own religion, custom, culture under Article 29 and 30. So let's discuss the challenges of its implementation.
First, misinformation about UCC. Content of UCC had not been spelled out, leading minorities to believe that it is a way of imposing majority views on them. Second, lack of political will due to complexity and sensitivity of the issue. Third, different religious communities have different personal laws which lead to politicization of the UCC debate.
After discussing both the arguments in favor and against of UCC, let's discuss some of the suggestions for implementing a uniform civil code.
To realize the goal of DPSP and to maintain the uniformity of laws, the following suggestions need immediate consideration. First, a progressive and broad-minded outlook should be encouraged among the people to understand the spirit of UCC. For this, education, awareness and sanitation program must be taken up. Second, the Uniform Civil Code should be drafted keeping in mind the best interest of all the religions. Third, a committee of intimates jury should be constituted to maintain a uniformity, and care must be taken not to hurt sentiments of any particular community. Fourth, the matter being sensitive in nature, it is always better if the initiatives come from religion group concerned.
सुना है कानून नया आने वाला है, जन जन में खुशियां लाने वाला है। देश में किताबों के एक ही होंगे दाम, पेंशन का भी होगा एक ही मयार। नेता मंत्री हो चाहे चपरासी, सब होंगे एक समान। शादी हो या ब्याह नहीं होगा जाति व्यवधान, सब समझेंगे एक दूसरे को एक समान इंसान। सुना है बड़ा सुविधाजनक है ये फरमान, दवाई और चिकित्सा पर सबका हक होगा एक समान। हो चाहे कश्मीर चाहे कन्याकुमारी, हर जगह सबको मिलेगा एक ही कानूनी अधिकार। सुना है कानून नया आने वाला है, जन जन में खुशियां लाने वाला है। थैंक यू।
India has a unique blend of codified of personal laws that derive from the religious belief. As this runs a great endangering deal of tension, so there exists no uniform family-related law. However, majority of them believe that the UCC will definitely desirable and would go a long way in strengthening and consolidating the Indian nationhood. The difference of its opinion depends on its styling, the manner in which it should be realized. Thank you. Dance is a form of dance that originates from the cultural period of Indian system. So be ready to entertain such performance by Anshika Ishika Gurneet.
It gives soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and charm and journey to the life and to everything. To prove it, rock concert an amazing song, मधुबन खुशबू देता है.
खुशबू देता है सागर सान देता है मधुबन खुशबू देता है सागर
piano. What you get out, it depends how you play it. So let's entertain a wonderful piano performance by Anushka.
The feet find the beat, the heart find the rhythm, the soul find the soul. Let's create thunderous applause to encourage the group participants of the group dance.
बूंद बूंद मिल के बनी लहर और लहर, लहर लहर मिल के बनी सागर, वो बनी सागर, वो बनी सागर। दूर पास तेरी दया मिलती निरंतर, भरती रही अपने मन की गागर, वो मन की गागर, वो मन की गागर। तूने हमें दिया जो भगवान से पाया, दिया हमें एक नए मन का उजाला। तूने ही सिखलाई हमें प्यार की सेवा, जब भी कहीं गिरने लगे तूने संभाला। ओ सर्व धर्म समन्वयम समन्वयम समन्वयम, ओ बूंद बूंद मिल के बनी लहर और लहर, लहर लहर मिल के बनी सागर, वो बनी सागर, वो बनी सागर। दूर पास तेरी दया मिलती निरंतर, भरती रहे अपने मन की गागर, वो मन की गागर, वो मन की गागर। सबके लिए प्रेम का घर